Secretary of State Blinken today said that if the U.S. does not see changes to protect civilians in Gaza, there, quote, will be changes in our own policy, unquote. Do you believe them? I mean, I feel like we've been hearing this for a while.
Well, I think you make a good point, Jake. Look, the bottom line is we are looking at one of the worst humanitarian disasters that we have seen in a very, very long time. We're literally, at this moment, looking at hundreds of thousands of children starving to death because Israel is not allowing the humanitarian trucks into Gaza, and especially into the areas where people are in most desperate condition. To my mind, Israel should not be getting another nickel in military aid until these policies are fundamentally changed. So if, my view is no more military aid to Israel when children in Gaza are starving.
So the realities for the political realities for Netanyahu, I'll get to the political reality for Biden in a second, but the political reality for Netanyahu is his prime ministership depends on the far right-wing zealots, Ben-Gvir and Smotrich, who are anti-Arab racists. He depends on them. He needs them to stay in power. He needs to appease them as Arab and Palestinian rights and lives are discarded both in Gaza and in the West Bank and in Israel. Is there any way towards a satisfactory end to this conflict as long as the Prime Minister of Israel is trying to appease the likes of Ben-Gvir and Smotrich?
Well, the answer is no. And our job is not to worry about Netanyahu's political future. That's not our job. Our job is to make sure that American taxpayer dollars is not complicit in allowing Netanyahu's military machine to kill innocent people and to result in mass starvation. And I think what the people of Israel must understand, and I am pro-Israel, I support Israel, but they cannot continue to wage this immoral war against innocent people and expect taxpayers of the United States to support them. That has got to end. We've got to move to a two-state solution. The brutality in the West Bank, as you just indicated, illegal activity on the part of the settlers must end if they want support from the people of the United States. Hopefully, that will give support to people in Israel who understand that this right-wing extremism is bad for them and bad for their place in the world.
What do you say to people? I asked this of General Hertling in the last hour. I get asked this, and I wonder what you say. Because you are a supporter of Israel, you worked on a kibbutz when you were a younger man, and you've always been pro-Israel. That doesn't mean pro-Netanyahu. What do you say to people who say, this is not fair, it's a double standard? Hamas started this on October 7th. Hamas wants to destroy Israel. Hamas wants to kill Jews. Hamas hides behind their own people. Hamas doesn't care how many Palestinian civilians die. All of which, in my opinion, is true. What's your response when people say that?
I would agree with you.
Look,
Hamas is a terrible, terrible terrorist organization that started this war. And what I have said from the beginning, Jake, Israel has a right to defend itself and go to war against Hamas. That's what I believe. I think most people believe. But you do not have a right to damage or destroy 70% of the housing units in Gaza. You don't have a right to displace 80% of the population, throw them out of their homes, put them into this area, put them into that area, deny them food, water, medical supplies, and fuel. That you don't have a right to do. So the answer is, of course, Hamas began this war. They are a terrorist organization. But the United States is not funding Hamas. We are funding Israel. And what has got to be made clear to Israel, you can go to war against Hamas, but you cannot continue these horrific actions, which are causing literally the worst humanitarian disaster that we have seen in a very long time.
What do you say to people who say the reason that so many innocent people are dying in Gaza is because Hamas embeds with the Palestinian people? They build tunnels under their homes. They hide under people. They want all the civilian death toll. They consider them martyrs, and it makes Israel look bad.
I think that is perhaps a part of the problem, but it's not the real problem. The real problem right now is we are looking, as I mentioned a moment ago, a massive starvation. That is not caused by Hamas. That is simply caused by Israel not allowing the hundreds and hundreds of trucks that are lined up at the border to get in and go to the areas that it is needed. That is Israel's responsibility, not Hamas's.
In the soft embrace of morning light, rocky and warm yet hopeful inside, a whisper of promise, a sense so sweet, reviving energy with every heartbeat. Oh yeah, stumbling down the stairs with grace, favorite mug and cherished embrace. Each sip, a dance of enchantment, caffeine's elixir, a daily enchantment. Coffee in the morning, my lifeline, guiding through life's chaotic design, finding every sip of morning zest. In that brew, I find my best. The morning sun, a gentle caress, bathing the world in warmth no less. A symphony of flavors in every pore, awakening senses, a ritual to adore. The kitchen hums a quiet tune as dreams unfold not too soon. Pouring the elixir, stories take flight. In the world of coffee, my spirit alights. A mug cradled, a vessel of tales. Each sip, a dialogue as morning unveils. Bitterness, a new world of tales. As the day unfolds, a caffeinated tale in morning symphony, where moments prevail. Coffee, my companion in the sunrise quest, in the ritual of morning, my eternal zest. The world awakens, a canvas so bright, in the palette of dawn, a captivating sight. A dance of flavors, a morning trance. In the world of coffee, life's sweet romance. Coffee in the morning, my lifeline, guiding through life's chaotic design, divine in every sip, a morning zest.